after making your way through Route 31, you're going to reach Violet City. Now, this is a pretty big, sprawling city. There's some stuff to do. You can talk to this juggler guy. He'll say a bunch of stuff. He'll trade you groups of 3 separate berries for different colored shards, which you can find if you use Rock Smash on rocks. Now, one important place you want to check out is the house just to the southwest of the Pokemon Center. Talk to this guy right here with the glasses, and if you have a Bellsprout in your party, which you can catch just to the east of Violet City, you can trade it for a pretty cool Onix. And that's a pretty nice trade because Onixes are a little difficult to catch, and in fact, you can't even catch them at this point in the game right now. You have to wait until you get to the Union Cave, which is after the first gym. And it can come in handy against your fight against Falconer in the Violet Gym. So I recommend making the trade. Bellsprouts are super easy to catch. Onixes are pretty nice. You can use it against Falconer if you want, who's the upcoming gym leader. And hey, it helps your Pokedex. So here's the gym. It's just to the northwest of the Pokemon Center, but unfortunately, the gym leader isn't really here right now. Or he is, but this guy is sort of blocking the thing. Well, that stinks. So you need to do something first. You need to go to the Sprout Tower. But before you go there, you might want to go to the northwest of Violet City and out onto Route 36. Now, if you talk to this guy here, he will, he'll give you an HM, which stands for Hidden Machine, HM6. That contains Rock Smash. That can be used to smash boulders that you might see, like kind of scraggly looking ones. But you have to have the gym badge in order to use it. Now, you can't go any further here because this dancing tree is in your way. But you can go south to the ruins of Alph. There's not a lot to do here right now, but if you'd like, you can go inside of one of these buildings and solve a puzzle. And you need to do this before the unknown Pokemon shows up. And I mean, there's a Pokemon named Unknown, not the unknown, the mysterious. How this works is you will need to... Well, here, let me show you the unknown language. Some weird text. It actually says escape, but oh well. So you investigate this thing, and then you need to solve this puzzle on the bottom screen. It's like a, drag pieces on a jigsaw puzzle, but you might need to rotate the pieces, which you can do by tapping it with the stylus to rotate it. After you solve it, it's of a Kabuto, by the way. After you solve it, you will fall down to this basement area, and this guy will give you the unknown report. That shows you information on all the different unknowns that you've caught. You can find a bunch of unknowns down here. See, here's one of them. That one's actually Unknown J. Each of the unknowns has just one move, Hidden Power. It varies depending on, which unknown's using it, which Pokemon's using it. It'll have a different type and stuff. Don't really bother using them, but, So, south of Violet City or east of the ruins of Alph, you can find Route 32. And there are some cool Pokemon you can find here right now. They're usually at around level 6. You can find Woopers at night. You can find Ekans if you're playing SoulSilver. You can find Mareep, too. I highly recommend getting a Mareep if you can find one. I couldn't find one, unfortunately. They're easier to find in the day. So go north to Sprout Tower, and you'll find this pretty sweet-looking tower. They did a very good job at remaking it from the original games, if you ask me. So, there's a bunch of monks here. If you climb up the ladder, you're gonna be fighting a bunch of them as you climb up to the top. They all use, well, at least most of them use, one type of Pokemon. Bellsprout. Yep, lots and lots of Bellsprouts. Now, this is a great time for you to train up, like that new Mareep or Wooper or something. This is what I like to call switch training, where you start with a Pokemon that you're looking to train, and then you switch for your stronger one that can actually knock something out. So then, the Pokemon you're trying to train gains some experience. Then what happens is, if the trainer tries to send out another Pokemon, you just switch back for that Pokemon that you're trying to train, that you're doing the switch training with, like Rocky in this case. And then, before you use any attacks, you switch back for your strong Pokemon, or the Pokemon that will actually work against this. The downside is, you need to take a hit when it comes out because it gets a free turn on you, but your stronger Pokemon should be able to take it anyway. That's a really good way to train up your Pokemon as you move along. Throughout the whole game, really, you'll find that switch training method's very effective. One excellent Pokemon that you can find here, only at night, is Ghastly. It makes a great Pokemon to catch and to train. It has Hypnosis. It doesn't really learn a lot of good moves early on, but it makes great use of some pretty powerful moves later in the game, like Shadow Ball. So it's a good time to catch one now if you'd like. Other than that, you might find a bunch of Rattata in here. And again, you can only find Ghastly at night. You won't find it in the daytime here. So on the 3rd floor, you'll find a bunch of monks still. There's plenty of them. You fought 3 of them so far, and there's 3 more here before you fight the Elder. But these ones are a little bit stronger. Rather than having 3 level 3 Bellsprouts, 2 of these trainers have 2 level 6 Bellsprouts, and then this guy here, he has a level 7 Bellsprout, and another Pokemon, which I'll show you in just a second here. Yeah, Sage Troy. They aren't that much stronger, but this Hoot Hoot, it's a level 7 Hoot Hoot, and I think it has Hypnosis, so you gotta be careful. Move on along here, and you'll see Silver, or whatever you named your rival, beating the Elder there, and he gives him the technical machine that you were coming here for. Oh, he calls himself the Elder, but he was no match for me. They cannot defeat me. All I care about is strong Pokemon that win every time. So then Silver makes his way out of there with an escape rope. How convenient. Heal up your Pokemon if you feel the need, and then talk to the Elder himself, and you will begin the battle with him. He is definitely the strongest trainer that you've fought so far. He does have a pretty cool sprite. He uses 2 level 7 Bellsprouts, which you should be familiar with handling, but the real twist on his team is this level 10 Hoot Hoot. It likes to use Hypnosis, so if you started with Chikorita, try and use Poison Powder to poison it, so you'll still be doing damage while you're asleep. Otherwise, Totodile and Cyndaquil can take it out pretty easily. Just keep hitting it and, you know, waiting until you wake up. After you beat him, you'll receive a pretty nice amount of money, and then he will also reward you with TM70. That contains Flash. It's a move that lowers a Pokemon's accuracy. I don't really recommend it, but you can put it on one of your other Pokemon that you aren't using, and then you can light up the Dark Cave. So if you want to go back there and see that. Although you don't really need to right now, I recommend waiting until after you've beaten Falkner, because then you'll be able to use Rock Smash there, and you can even pick up a Dunsparce, I think. So there's an escape rope right over there. Pick it up and use it if you'd like, or just walk outside if you'd rather save the escape rope. And get ready to take on the Violet Gym against a bunch of Flying-type Pokemon. I'll have that covered on the next episode of SoulSilver.